this is Tracy with Traces of Inspiration. Today I wanted to talk about singleness, me being single at the time. I was dating someone in high school, and that relationship traveled on to college. And I was so hopeful that, we would be married, we would have kids. It was like just this set timeline. And when things didn't work that way, of course I was hurt and crushed by the situation, but that desire to be married, the desire to have kids, has not gone away. And I've had people throughout the years tell me, oh, you should be content in your singleness. You shouldn't be worried about getting in a relationship. Like, I've just had a lot of things said to me. And I believe that, God doesn't give us a desire or place a desire within us without Him wanting to fulfill that. I can say that in my singleness, um, I have been just working on just me, putting in the work to get healing in areas that I may have needed healing, improving myself, like when it comes to finances, and just overall getting a closer relationship with the Lord. But I am so past individuals who just say, oh, you need to just be content being single. I appreciate individuals who are more transparent with their journey of how they may not have been content, how they may have gone through some things and that they're still working through it, because it's kind of tough. Like, I'm still in my 20s, but I personally know some individuals who like are in their 30s or even 40s, and they have yet to be married. And it's like, to hear that redundancy of, okay, like, what's going on? Is it you? You need to be married, you need to have kids. Or hearing, oh, the time is ticking. Like, I'm so over that. I know for me, like, yeah, I'm just so over that. I I've experienced the having me and all my friends be single at the same time, but then, little by little, one would get in a relationship or they've gotten married. And all hands down, I'm happy for them. But that feeling of, oh my gosh, the dynamic of our relationships have to change, because now they're in a relationship, their time has to be dispersed with somebody else. Or like, God, I've been praying for this and I'm watching everyone around me get this, but like, what about me? That doesn't necessarily mean that, a person is envious of what another person has. It's just a valid thing, like, daddy, like, what about me? You know? Um, that desire, thank God is still there. But I've just learned to just talk about the journey, talk about how I feel, be honest with how I feel, and not just accept that churchy response of, oh, just be content in the Lord. You need to just be content or grateful for where you are now and all that stuff. I love the Lord and I'm grateful, but it doesn't take away the desire. And it's some adjusting when, the people that you used to hang out with, they become booed up and you can't do as much as you used to. Like, as beings, I believe that we are social beings, and we like to connect with other people. We like spending quality time with other people. Yes, there's times when we need to have that alone time and recuperate and refresh ourselves, but we weren't created to do life alone. We weren't created to be these beings that just isolate ourselves from the world. And I'm just grateful that I'm able to be honest and open about my experience. And hopefully this encourages someone to just talk about your journey, but definitely surround yourself with loved ones. When you feel lonely, because there are times where you will be alone, don't get me wrong, but when you feel that feeling of loneliness, link yourself with individuals who you care for, maybe going to the movies, maybe just fellowshipping, things like that, to just help you not feel lonely, you know. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with being single, and there's nothing wrong with being alone, because we do need that time in that quiet space to think at times. And it's unhealthy to always be around people. But we need to be honest that, like, we weren't built to be alone. Like, I've lived alone, and I didn't like that feeling. I preferred living with my siblings or living with my family, because even if we didn't interact face to face all the time, but like just their mere presence in the home, I felt